it kind of is a bit scary because you start to see pieces of yourself that you maybe didn't think were there or that you had hidden for so long. But what's important to remember is that when you're talking with people, when you're being outside of your comfort zone, you grow. I grew up in a very small town in the middle of Illinois, about 500 people. There's already expectations put on you from the very beginning of what you should do when you become older. Everybody was the same, and we all kind of lived in our own bubble. While still in the US, I got married to my girlfriend, and then we moved over here to the Netherlands, where I started working for Philips. Growing up, I put a lot of walls up around myself to protect myself, hoping that nobody would ever really find out the real me or see the real me, because I knew at a younger age that I was always a bit different. I remember my first day at Philips. They were just accepting, they were welcoming. They wanted to know more and more and more about where I grew up, and it allowed me to just let go of a lot of those walls that I had built up. And I remember at one point I really started to become anxious because people were starting to see the real me behind them. I was super stressed out, eating a lot of bad food, drinking a lot. But what actually helped pull me out of that was one of my team members who one day sat me down in front of our boss and said, "Hey, there's something going on, but you're not telling me anything. What can I do to help you?" I had a whole bunch of emotions running through my head. I wanted to tell her everything. I just wanted to kind of come free of everything. But at that point, I wasn't quite ready. I always say the best and worst day of my life was the day that I came out to my wife, because it was the day that I started to live, really, but it was also the day that I completely destroyed her world. Everything was really dark. Everything was falling apart. I couldn't hide anymore. I couldn't try to hold everything together. And it was super hard for me to be able to push through that. But that step alone was one that I really had to make myself go over and really make myself move forward through. And my team at Philips, the people that I knew at Philips, were the ones that supported me the entire time, were there. They understood everything, and they didn't judge me at all. They were some of the first people that I came out to, even before I told some of my family members back in the US. They also started to open up more. Those connections, those relationships became even stronger, and we keep that connection going even to this day. This whole experience has taught me that now, especially as a manager, to really pay attention to the team members, to really understand them, to listen to them. I think a lot of managers or a lot of teams are a bit scared of the words diversity and inclusion because they carry a lot of weight behind them. But when it comes down to it, it's really just the basics of being a human in order to be diverse and inclusive.